Hey you guys, what is up today? This is Dalsu with Dalsu Plays, back with some more City Skylines After Dark expansion. If you can't already tell, I have a bit of a cold. That's why I sound all nasally and weird. Sorry about that. We're just going to try to play through it. Been working a little bit off camera on La Vucare to try to straighten out some of the roads. They looked a little janky and weird and out of sorts, so I just straightened them up a little bit. I definitely don't want something that's symmetric, but at the same time I don't want something that's just slightly not symmetric, if you know what I mean, because it looks a lot worse. So I'm just going to fill in all these spots here real quickly. We have a lot of room to grow, nothing to worry about there, so just going to turn on the speed again, fill in these little commercial areas here and hope that they grow into things. I did take out a loan while I was off camera in order to facilitate a lot of this rebuilding. But we didn't spend too much money. If we look at the loan button, there's a Silver Sunset Bank loan. That's the one I took. So I'm getting 5% interest, which is not really that bad on a $20,000 business loan. I'm going to speed it up a little bit so that hopefully we get back to the point where we're making money. Seems we're kind of ticking down here. Well, what do you people want? Looks like industry is the thing that's in most demand. So I suppose we'll just keep kind of adding on to that a little bit here and there. Although the demand is low. Slope too steep. That seems a little odd. Okay, well, we'll just ignore that. Looking something like this. Add a little more industry on. So we've got all this area that's zoned in for residential. And it's filling up rather slowly. So basically I think we just need to give them jobs. And it'll start to fill in a lot more quickly. So a little commercial here, a little industry there. Shouldn't be a problem. There we go. You would just let me... Oh man. There we go. Okay, so we'll make sure that's got water real quickly. It looks like it's starting to grow. The demand is kind of low on everything at the moment, which is unfortunate, but we'll work through it. Looks like power is going to be a problem here. Go ahead and slap one of these down while we've got the money. Right there. Okay. It looks like we've returned to a positive income. Help us pay our loan back to this sharks at the bank. It does not make sense to me. This will just have to do it like that for now. It looks kind of weird, but oh well. We could fill that in too, but looks like they're starting to demand a bit of residential. By the way, I'm probably going to reserve this for Jackson Square. If you're not familiar, Jackson Square is a public square right in the middle of the French Quarter, right about here, with a giant horse statue of Andrew Jackson. And a bit of a history lesson to go along with this. Andrew Jackson saved New Orleans during the Battle of New Orleans in the War of 1812 against the British, in which they were trying to capture New Orleans. So he's a revered character, although sources indicate he was somewhat of an asshole. He is, I mean, he's responsible for a lot of the problems that early America had with the Native Americans. Some people, say that the Trail of Tears was pretty much entirely his idea. But there's still a giant statue of him, and he's still respected for his military achievements. And saving New Orleans from the British is high among them, you know. And so that's why there's a square there. It was originally called the Place d'Armes when this was a French city. And there's actually a giant church right here. It's called the St. Louis Cathedral. It's like the original Catholic church in New Orleans. And we're going to do that. I'm not sure what asset I'm going to use. I might actually search for a Jackson Square asset. Someone must have made one at some point. So we're going to go ahead and reserve that. History lesson over, I guess, for the time being. I think I've decided to do this Let's Play along with a little bit of history because New Orleans history is so interesting. I don't see why I would waste this opportunity to expound on it a little bit. And I know we're not quite like Texas. Like, we don't study Louisiana history like every year. But growing up, you have one class in middle school and one in high school, and I took one in university. You don't have to, but in Louisiana history. All right, so we're upgraded now to a tiny town. We can ban smoking like Nazis, but New Orleans has never banned smoking. Actually, they just did finally because of outside pressure. So I guess maybe it would be appropriate to do that since it's 2017. Also, we can build a high school. So yeah, we're going to need a high school. Probably up here somewhere. We might not do it yet. Just see if they start demanding more educated workers, then we'll see to that. Alright, so where do we want to put new commercial? I don't know. Why don't we finish out our kind of Vue Carré here? Why don't we finish the outline of the thing? And then we'll be able to kind of work from there. What are you doing? Look about right. Let's see. It doesn't need to be absolutely straight, but I'd like it to kind of look nice. Alright, now we'll tie it in with one of these 4-lane highways here. There we go. That's nice. And that's the basic outline. So from there, kind of fill in the blanks. I don't want to tie in too many roads to this. Then we do one tie-in like here. Seems about right. And then there'll be a service road. Goes down here to Decatur Street. It looks good. Then from there we'll just kind of connect the dots more or less. Looks okay. Tie in Bourbon Street or whatever. And we'll have a little midsection road here. That looks kind of good. Go ahead and tie it also in to this road up here. Although that's going to make 2 intersections back to back, so I don't want to do that. We've got an intersection up there. I think that's enough. Tie it into that road so they can get up onto this road easily. Did I? Oh, I think I screwed that up. This is not supposed to be a 4-lane road. This is supposed to be a 6-lane road. What are you doing? Let's fix that real quickly. Silly me. Alright, that looks fine, I think. So we have one tie-in here, one tie-in here, one tie-in here. 3 tie-ins here. I don't think we should tie in anymore. Probably not. Should probably have a service road. Kind of goes like this, more or less. And then Let's finish this before we start. Yeah, that looks okay. It's okay to have a little green space in the middle. This road's going to come down. Now let's tie it into there. Tie it into there. Like that. And yeah, that looks pretty good, I think. Oops. It's not quite how I want it. Say that looks pretty good. What do you guys think? Alright, so it looks like our demand is back up to a pretty healthy level. I'm thinking about commercial over here. Like there. And there. And then pretty much going to town with the residential brush. Like that. And like that. We're going to start growing pretty fast here. Traffic's going to become an issue. So we're going to have to keep our eyes on that. Traffic's probably already becoming an issue. I like this setup though. Starting to look very French Quarter-y, I think. I think we need to do a few connecting roads here to kind of give it a bit more symmetry. Yeah. Okay. I think that looks quite good. Yes, it's a little off-center. Yes, the roads are a little imperfect, but that's how I like to do things. New Orleans is a very imperfect place, I would say. Of course, we have to do water, of course. How silly of me. Always forgetting the little details. Tie it back in there, and we'll do one more line. And we're about out of money. So I say we wait because we're going to need more power here in a second. Yeah, it looks like they already need more power. So time for another loan. How much do we still owe? We still owe 11 to these guys. We could take out this one. I'm going to do it. Oh wait, I can't do it. You can only have 3 loans at once. Well, this is, it's not letting me take it. Maybe I gotta pay this one first? I don't know. Why do you have low happiness? They want a park. Well, there's a park right here in Jackson Square. But I don't see anything that looks like it enough to satisfy me. There's also up here called Congo Square. It's a big park. I'm going to tell you the history of that in a minute. But I don't think queuing up parks there is going to do any good. So why don't we just put one 7,500, huh? That's an expensive park. All it is a few trees, man. Come on. We'll just do a park there for right now. Make everyone happy. A little baseball park, no? Just a little kids playground. That's fine, we'll put that there for right now. Of course you need power very badly. Looks like we have enough money for another wind turbine. I'm actually thinking it may be nice to kind of cross the river and put up a coal power plant. As destructive to the environment as that is, we need power. And wind turbines are not going to cut it. Not for a while. So, they are wanting a whole nother one, huh? Okay, fine. For right now, we'll do that. And we'll try to save up for a coal power plant. Does that satisfy you guys? Come on. Not enough educated workers, so that means they want a high school. High schools are expensive. Bloody expensive. So we'll save up money for that. We are making like quite a bit of money right now. And it should only continue to rise. Looks like we've got an abandoned commercial building already. How are we doing over here, industry? Why don't we check on our traffic? See how things are going with it. This is the traffic tool. Everything looks fine except for this little wonky intersection here, which really isn't even that bad. I haven't seen anyone pile up there or anything. This is like slightly darker. Yeah, I'm not saying. I think that our setup, despite being a little weird, actually works pretty well, and it will work even better once we'll bring this highway down. We'll probably end the highway somewhere here because we don't want it to go into our garden district. There's no highway there, and then we'll have it connecting again somewhere, probably down here. Probably bring Esplanade up there to connect into it. And yeah, we'll be all set. I did get some like custom assets that I'm gonna use. I don't like one of the things I don't like about this game is having to tediously build a clover. I know a lot of people like that. Like I wouldn't want to sit here and build this thing. I mean, it's beautiful, it's awesome, but I'd much rather just download one from the damn internet that someone else built and use it to achieve whatever my practical ends are. Because really, I've tried the interchange building thing, and it's a little bit tedious for my taste. I mean, I like a little bit of tedium, but that was just too much. You have to get the pillars. That's the hard part. Getting the pillars to actually set down and not get in the way of other things. It's actually really hard. Some people like that. It's not part of my fun though. So I'm going to skip that. Looks like I want more industry. Sure thing. Bring it on, man. Get that economy rolling. How's my dump doing? Where's the percentage? 38, okay. So we'll need, I'm thinking maybe crossing the river and putting some less than desirable things on Algiers Point. Algiers Point's really lovely and all, but okay, what are we having a problem with? Educated workers, right? So we are a little bit short on our high school. We should be able to get it within a couple weeks. I think I might eliminate this tie-in here. Yeah, I'm gonna eliminate that tie-in. And as far as pedestrian walks go, there are sidewalks on all these streets, but there's a particularly nice pedestrian walkway along the river. It's called the Moon Walk. Not because you look at the moon, but because we once upon a time had a mayor whose last name was Moon and who built this lovely, lovely walk along the river. But it's a little bit dangerous. That's where all the crackheads go to smoke rocks and stuff. And so you're walking down there. Just don't walk down there at night. We got the high school, right? So we got enough money now. Let's go ahead and throw it down. Thinking here would be fine. This little corner. I don't like how it snaps. Like, just let me place it where I want to place it, you know? I guess we'll do it right. This is a high school, right? Why is it only saying 10,000? The tooltip says 24. Okay, now I got it right. I must have been doing the school or something. There we go. That makes everyone very happy. And we're still suffering from power problems. So let's go ahead and throw down another one of these. This is a very temporary solution to our power situation. What we really need is a coal plant like here. That's going to be an expensive process. Boomtown. We get public transportation, buses, taxis. Taxis are new. I haven't figured them out yet. Or industry specialization does not help us at all. Recycling and recreational marijuana use. We got some intersections, including some of the intersections that I downloaded from the Steam Workshop. Would love to give these people credit, Timbo. Highway ramps. So we're in a better position now to do stuff with the highway. This is new, 4-lane road with a bus lane. And advanced wind turbine, bus depot, cemetery. We got to have a cemetery. That's the only thing we necessarily have to have right now. And I don't think I have any unique buildings unlocked, really. But these are quite cool. This fountain looks like it would go nicely in Jackson Square. I haven't really unlocked any of these, though, have I? Oh, I have. Statue of Wealth and Statue of Shopping. Yes, we dedicate this statue to the spirit of shopping. This looks like it might actually work, but I don't really want to spend $30,000 on that right this second. We need to have a cemetery, though. That's very important. Where is the cemetery building located, after all? Okay. So, there's a very famous cemetery. If you're listening, it's time for another history lesson. There's a very famous cemetery on the other side of Rampart Street. So basically, this street here, I mean, it's not accurately placed, but it was called Rampart Street because it was the city wall originally. And it's quite interesting because you have a lot of rich, nice houses over here, and then on the other side of Rampart Street is a primarily African-American neighborhood called Treme, which you may have seen on that HBO show. Now, it's primarily African-American because once upon a time, the white folks made the black people build their houses on the other side of the fence, so to speak. So that's why this area is like primarily old blue-blooded money, and this area is primarily African American. Now, I say they made them. I mean, in reality, it was more like they drove up property value to the point. I mean, well, yeah, they probably did make them at some point, to be honest with you, because the civil rights movement only changed that kind of stuff in the 60s. But anyway, right across Rampart Street is, besides moving the African Americans out there, they also would bury their dead in a very large, very famous cemetery called St. Louis Cemetery, which is about right here. And St. Louis Cemetery is really cool because the bodies are buried above ground. People say that it's because the water table is so high in South Louisiana that if you bury your dead underground, that they will float back up to the surface. Now, I think that's a little bit of an urban legend. I think it's mostly because of the French influence. You know how if you go to a cemetery in Paris, they have like above ground sarcophagi and stuff like that. Well, it's the same kind of thing in St. Louis Cemetery. And you can go there and have a tour. There's, I think Nicolas Cage actually has already bought his plot in St. Louis Cemetery, and it's a really cool place to tour if you get a chance. You can't actually go in now without hiring a tour guide. You used to be able to go in by yourself and just look around, but too many people were doing graffiti and drugs and stuff like that, so they made it illegal, and now you have to have a tour guide, which is screwed up, man. What if your ancestors buried in there? You got to pay to go see your great-grandma? What the hell? I think they make concessions for that. Anyway, history lesson over for now. We're going to go ahead and clear some of these buildings, and it's actually been about 23 minutes. The video is going to come to an end now, I think, as I wrap some of this up. We're having water problems, you say? Ah, you're in a dead zone. I'll go ahead and fix that for you. And yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. I hope you're enjoying this. I'm going to continue to do history/city skylines as we move through this rebuilding of New Orleans. I hope you enjoy that kind of thing. So like and subscribe and all that good stuff that I continuously repeat ad nauseum for advertising, self-promotion purposes. Don't hate. I'm going to try to get over this cold, but I'll see you on the next episode. I'm probably going to go ahead and record that right now on Dal Sue Plays. Thanks.